Ladies and gentlemen,
First of all, I'd like to say
to Jeffery TV.
this intro is too long. We're going to work on it. We're going to get it better. We are going to get it better. What's happening, boys and girls? My name is Jeffery Michener. I just wanted to fire this up to test out my new set. This is the new way I am doing things, and I'm trying different things as we speak to you. Like this, I'm going to change the bottom graphic. I worked that in there. Let me see if I could change it back. Working on it. Maybe I should go with cut. Let me try to go with cut. Maybe cut is better. Watch. Yeah, cut is better. We'll just cut that from now on. Anyway, I don't really have anything to say. I just want to throw this on and acknowledge that my energy is flat. All I want to do is sleep. I'm moderately productive. So that means I'm just not laying around in the bed all day long. I'm looking at these cameras and they're like facing this way, but I'm here and I got my speakers. I redid my whole setup yesterday, not the whole thing, but I wanted to balance my speakers. So I got them like exactly in the middle. I measured the table, found the middle spot, found everything in the middle. And the speakers, I measured them that way and that way. They're pretty much the same, equidistant. But the camera is like this way. But I'm straight. See, and it's I want everything feng shui or whatever the word is. I got nothing. I'm telling you people, I got nothing. I am just lazy, moderately productive. I'm getting my job done at work. My work skills are definitely lagging. It's things I used to be able to just becoming a little bit cumbersome in it. I'm definitely losing the edge, and I'm not so much sure it's working from home, even though working from home probably has something to do with it. It's probably the combination of, it's probably not working from home. It's probably the combination of working from home and everything being closed down. There's really no excitement. There's just no excitement. There's roughly nothing to look forward to. Now, please understand, when I say nothing to look forward to, I am speaking in terms of Jeffrey looking forward to. Not the regular person who's used to just going to PTA back and forth to school and soccer practice every day. I've grown accustomed to a more vibrant lifestyle in which the experiences of different things, different people, different cultures, and faraway lands has become routine. I've made videos, in fact, documenting the adrenaline I feel going through my body during getting passports ready and booking travel, renting cars, and laying out maps of faraway countries and travel arrangements. Thinking about going to see that band. LA Maggot stuff. Just everything's closed. Everything is closed. Which is probably why the world is hyper focused on racism right now. I was taking my walk the other day, and there were two guys out there with signs on the corner. Honk if you hate racism or something like that. People, and I was wondering why people were riding by blowing their horns. And I looked up and I saw their signs, and they had their masks on, and They seem to be semi-Caucasian, if not Caucasian. And I wanted to stop and ask them so bad. I wanted to stop and talk to them and get their perspective on this. And though I know through my years of doing this through social media, for me to even ask certain questions that should be obvious to a public that is in a hysteria over this, the reaction. So I'll be ready for the reaction. I just want to simply ask them. The sign said no justice, no peace. And I would just want to know, what justice are you looking for? From there, I can bounce a million different ways. I just want to get their perspective. When I say their, sure, I'm lumping all the protesting kids out there who are rabid with anti-racism and emotion. They feel attacked. If one of us is oppressed, all of us are oppressed. I don't want my rights to go away. You never know, it could be me, said Susie. And now just about every other article you see coming through my news feed or through my news promoting channel thingies is about racism and what a white person did and what a black person didn't do. The news is biased. The narrative must be maintained, so the news is biased. You won't see any black on black crime or murder on the major networks, or maybe even local. It's just not apropos right now. Black people are still hurting. They need healing. They need understanding. White silence is violence. I was walking down the street the other day, yard full of BLM signs, and white silence is violence. You know, the usual phrases and signs. I live in a predominantly white neighborhood. I was walking down in Sherman Oaks. Affluent. These people probably never saw police brutality in their lives. I would even go to far as to say that they may have never even seen racism in their lives. They may take what a friend said 5 years ago about a black guy loving fried chicken, and that's their experience of racism, and it's too much. It's too much. Zero tolerance for that kind of stuff. Zero tolerance for that kind of stuff. How the hell did I get on this subject? Oh, boredom. Lack of distractions to focus on something else. It's like a perfect storm. It's like a perfect storm. More than likely, nobody could have orchestrated it. And if they did, they're genius. There probably are people in the media and in social media and the news outlets who know how to manipulate the narrative. But if somebody laid that out, and said, "Ooh, here's how we can get them," that would be brilliant. That would truly be brilliant. Because right now, we got nothing. Can't even go to Magic Mountain. Bowling alleys closed. Museums are closed. I think parks and stuff are closed. And here I am getting ready to get on an airplane. Spirit Airlines to Ohio. And the way the coronavirus cases are going right now, California will probably be in lockdown. You probably won't be able to travel to any state. You probably not pretty soon. California's gonna be in quarantine. We're not gonna be allowed to leave the state. Go back to Ohio. I'm supposed to quarantine for 14 days. And basically, I don't plan on running around seeing anybody, so I ordered supplies, have the supplies shipped to my daughter's house, pick up the supplies, and only thing I'll be in between the house that I'm working on and the hotel. I'm really not running around. No need to go to public places. I have my pizza delivered. Ooh, I'm going to have to go to Sparkle, though. I got to figure out how I'm going to work that out. You know, I got to go get my ham spread and my stuff. And my cheese corn. And my potato chips. But I need to watch my weight. I'm at 209. About 7 or 8 pounds above what may have been my lowest in 20 years, which is not bad. But compound that with nothing to do. Compound that with complacency, meaning I have a good job. I'm not work. My bills are like super ultra paid. There's disposable income. There's no worry. I got food. There is no worry. There's no edge. Everything's handled. So there's no angst energy. It's just completely placid. Nothing to do. Nowhere to go. I will keep getting my 10,000 steps in. I'm doing that. I need to probably up that to make up for the lack of excited adrenaline that may or may not happen when life is normal to me and keeps me motivated and going. Happy 4th of July, people. America. I had some thoughts on America too, but I'm not going into them right now. How much time have I done here? 12 minutes. I'm not going to go into my thoughts on America. Because no matter how atrocious or horrible or tyrannical or sadistic the history of Western civilization, back through the age of exploration, the Vikings, going to distant lands and conquer, slavery, no matter how horrible and horrific it is and detestable, that's some very impressive shit. Do you know how hard it must be to enslave somebody? To enslave millions? It's not like these slaves are coming over and just laying down and just said, oh, okay, that's enough. You win. We'll just do whatever you want. To maintain whatever it is, to keep this in check. They said slavery lasted for 300 years, for 400 years. They imported slaves from Africa. Think about it, 300 years. Like 9 million people. Another statistic I heard was that only 300,000 or so slaves made it to the United States. The overall bulk of millions went to Brazil and to the Caribbean, Haiti. Only 300,000 made it here. If you take away the subjective feelings and the, I say agreed upon, just for the sake of argument, detestable history, it was fucking impressive for these people to sail around the country, sail around the world, and just dominate the way they did. whether if they had guns or whatever they did or they had to give them the power to just go around the world and dominate it. That is impressive. That's an impressive feat. It's an accomplishment. Is it something you should be proud of? That's the question. When you step back so far from the universe, 100,000, 200,000 years from now, will it really matter if it was oppressive or not? How will history look at it 5,000, 6,000 years from now? How oppressive will it seem when we see the outcome or what it achieved and accomplished? All these European countries just dominated the world. They developed the technology and the insight, whether they stole it, the mathematics and the spices, whether they stole it, pillaged it, raped it, whatever. Developed guns, gunpowder, stole gunpowder from there, took that, made this, whatever, put all this together. Whatever they did, look what they built. You cannot deny that they built something great. How they built it is questionable. Your feelings on how they built it is purely subjective to you. My name is Jeffery Michener. I'm going to go with the outro. Can I go with the outro? I'm going to go with the outro.
Ladies
Swinging
and
on y'all 2
gentlemen,
times.
welcome.
I think y'all know what my name is by now.
TV.
I gotta eat my breakfast. Start to get my steps in. Get my 10,000. That's all I got. That's not true. I got good people in my life.